Here we go. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Dante here, back in the Digimon Laboratory with yet another market watch. Prices have been falling everywhere. I mean, everywhere. We're gonna go ahead and get into that. We're gonna go ahead and talk about how the prices are pre-Gen Con, because I think Gen Con is either this weekend or next weekend. And the regional that just happened this past weekend, it seemed like it did not affect the market whatsoever. It's like all the markets just tanked and tanked extremely hard. So let's get right into it. First of all, we see my boy Alphamon sitting at a cool even $20. Back down to the price it was supposed to be before you started paying premium for it. Now, a lot of Alphamon decks, if they do play this Alphamon, they don't play it at very high numbers. They play it at maybe a 2 up, because being able to swing Digivolve, and then at the end of the attack, gain 2 of them 3 memory back that you Digivolve into this, and being able to unsuspend with, Oriumon and just all the crazy combos that Alphamon can do. Yeah, a lot of people are really, kind of gearing away from this one and playing more of the Alphamon for BT9, the rare one. There's, some rumblings going on of maybe Alphamon might be touched on the next half of the ban list. I don't know. It's just a rumor. We'll see what happens. Do I think they're going to touch it? I personally don't think so. I mean, will I be surprised if they did? No. Alphamon is nothing but a better Jesmon. And they really feel like Jesmon is, was the, bit dog of the format. They touch Jesmon. Alphamon has that same vibe, a lot more consistent, way more support. And it's one of those things to where, can it be oppressive in a format? I don't know. This is a build a stat type of format. Alphamon thrives in those type of formats, but at the same time, it is susceptible, just like how Imperial Demon is susceptible. If you interrupt them, their first stack, they take time to rebuild. And that's when you can go aggressive and, potentially win the match in that instance. So, yeah, it's one of those things to where it all depends on the play style of the Alphamon player. Some players are passive, some players are hyper aggressive. It just all depends. So Alphamon right now, if you want to play Alphamon right now, this is the best time to pick up the Alphamons. You want to either really play like 2 of them, pick them up for 20s. This is the lowest Alphamon's been, so I want to say since BT7, if I'm not mistaken. So like 2, almost 3 sets ago. This is the lowest it's been. And do I think it's going to get any lower? It might. It might. Depend on how Alphamon do. Now, Alphamon did take second place in the regional that just happened. It lost to D-Reaper, but I think they lost to D-Reaper because of the technicality. I don't know the whole story, but it was a technicality. Something about the Alphamon player, cheating or something like that. I had to dig more into it. But there were 4 Alphamon lists that top 16. And I think that was the most by any deck being represented in the tournament in the top cut. So, yeah, it is one of those things to where you have to be, ready and prepared for this deck, no matter where you at. Alphamon, Oriuken mode. Oriuken mode. Not the alternate art. Believe it or not, the alternate art is not that much more expensive. When I was looking, I think the alternate art was sitting at 41, if I'm not mistaken. Matter of fact, I can just go ahead and double check right now. I want to say it was sitting at 50. Sorry about that. Alternate art sitting at about $50 right here. Not too bad whatsoever. It is a secret. You gotta remember that. It is a secret. It is one of the top 3 decks of the format. Well, the other 2 decks, I still think Imperial is a solid contender for this format, especially if it's a build-a-stack format. With the hits on the ban list so far, Yellow Hybrid got touched very, very well, and Blue Hybrid got touched as well. There could be more hits coming down the pipe for those 2 decks. Or, I mean, not Yellow Hybrid, but more Blue Hybrid if they want to really hurt Blue very, very badly. But, and shout out to Jesse from our locals that went ahead and top 4 the last regional with Imperial. Good job, girl. Good job. But yeah, Alphamon, Orikino mode. Altanar sitting at about $50. The regular one sitting at about 40. Be honest with you, I like the artwork of the regular art rather than the Altanar. Just me personally. If you want to do an investment type of deal with these 2, always go for the alternate art. It's less likely to get reprinted, and it's less likely to be pulled. So just remember that aspect, and investment aspects. Alternate arts are always harder to pull, especially alternate art secrets. They tend to be harder to pull. So Vmon, speaking of Imperial, Vmon's going up again. Vmon's almost $15. Actually, no, correction. They are 15s. Jamming Vmons, the rare from BT 1.5, is now $15. Now, if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade to the highest rarity that's not the Grand Prix rares, like, the top places or, the big winning tournament spot, VMons. But just for, us casual players or people who didn't get to that top spot or even to that top point, this VMon right here, this alternate VMon that's a box topper, is sitting at about $25, $26, easily going up to $28. So if you want to match rarity your deck, this is the closest match rarity that you can get to without really breaking the bank, because those VMons are sitting at like $100 a pop. So if you're a blue enthusiast, like, my boy Michael, he's a blue enthusiast. Like, he plays blue. That's his color. That's what he plays. He played Imperial. He tried Arm Rush, didn't really care too much for it. He tried Blue Hybrid. He got top 4 at that regional blue with Blue Hybrid. He bubbled this one. He got 17th at the last regional that just happened. So, yeah, like, of course, match rarity those. Like, me, I play purple all day. I would match rarity any kind of purple cards I could come across, or any purple decks like Dexmon, Dorogurumon, Dexmon. Like, that deck is going to be match rarity. Like, that's just that's my color. That's what I'm sticking to. Alphamon, I could match rarity it. I don't know if I'm going to play it as much as I am going to play Dexmon. It's just me. I don't really like playing meta. I'm more of a rogue type of player myself. Says the person who's playing Mastermind format. Yeah, I know. But I'm kind of a rogue type of player. So that's just me personally. But yeah, VMon regulars, 15. Alternars, 25. The Grand Prix ones, sitting at about 100. Just so you know. Now, this is interesting. All the memory boost, the alternate memory boost, the promos that you get when you open a box, and it was the alternate art box toppers of each and every last one of them, or whichever one, you pull, they're all above $10. Like, I went through it and they're all above $10. All of them. Why? Well, we're seeing that this is a memory boost heavy type of format, to where generic searching in Digimon is becoming more and more of a great, equalizer per se. It's one of the things to where a lot of people want to go ahead and, I'm looking for the phrase, they want to go ahead and make it as consistent as possible. It's all about consistency. So you see a lot of people playing 2 or even 3 just typical memory boosts. Not the specific ones like, Miss Memory Boost or what's the other one that's for purple? Is it like Jack Memory Boost or something like that? Or if they're playing green and I'm playing a memory boost, that's the spins. So they really want to dig for their pieces. And then the delay is just icing on the cake. So these cards are all above $10. These things are probably going to stay around $10 because these things won't get hit. You're gonna see people play a lot of memory blockers. Try to max up on many memory blockers to really combat this. But if you don't have a memory blocker turn 1 and turn 2, and they play this, they can play just to search, get rid of your memory blocker, and then just boost up as much memory as possible. It happens. So it's a pretty skill base. Of course, you see blue is the highest, sitting at about 12 to 13. Sharply going up to 14. Red is one of the lower ones, to be honest with you, it's one of the lowest ones, and it's crazy. And it's sitting at about $9 to $10, but even then, that's going up to 11. All these cards are fluctuating like crazy. Let's see what Gen Con does to these cards. Mimi Box Topper. Now, this is not the Box Topper that was reprinted in, I would believe it's Tournament Pack Volume 3. Is it either 3 or 4? This is the OG Mimi. This is the original Mimi. Sitting at about cool $22 for the alternate art OG Mimi. Yikes. Now, I did look at the Box Topper one, the reprint. That one's sitting at about $5 or $6. So if you really want to, if you're not that big of a rarity whore and, want the premium, and you just want the alternate art version of it, pick up the ones from volume, I want to say it's volume 3. Pick up the ones from volume 3 instead of this Mimi. And just, people are going to be like, well, how can you tell the difference? Well, there's a difference. Not here. I don't think so. I think it's the difference that how it comes to the shine of it. I think this Mimi is shiny while the other one is more like how our commons and uncommons is. It's just a gloss. But I can go into more in depth into that. I have a video idea about that. And I have been reading the comments. I have a video coming up probably the next week. I want to say the next week of alternate arts and investing and basically investment advice for alternate arts and what's a good investment, what's not, and my thoughts in how to look at trends and whatnot. But just be cautious about this Mimi. This Mimi is still up because it's the OG. Look for the other Mimi that's out of the tournament pack. Death X Mon regular art is sitting at about $38. Ladies and gentlemen, Death X Mon is on the verge to being a $40 to $50 card. Yeah, I said it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be bold about it. Yeah, I'm saying it. I think this is going to be a $50 card. I think this is the next Omnimon Zord defeat. This thing is going to go in everything. I mean, just think about it. If you do not know what it does. So, for what it does, it's insane. When you play this card, reduce the memory of this card, reduce the memory cost of this card by 3 for each Digimon and Tamer your opponent has in play. Which means if your opponent has like 2 or 3 Tamers, say they had 3 Tamers, and they had 3 Digimon. So you reduce the cost of this Digimon literally by 18. So you can drop the Digimon out of your hand for 2 costs. Nuts, right? And that's not the good part about it. So on play or Digivolution, de-Digivolve all your opponent's Digimon by 1 and then delete any level 4 or lower. Which means all level 5s get instantly deleted. It de-Digivolves and then does a massive board wipe. Then on your opponent's turn, at the end of their turn, once per turn, delete all Digimon with the lowest play cost. So if you delete all the little weenies and they go up into a stack and they swing in big and they don't kill you, Detsmon says get rid of that since it's the Digimon with the lowest play cost. That's insane. This card is good. Yes, I'm saying it now. This card is going to be a $50 card. I don't know when. I don't know around where. I haven't checked BT10. I'm just now looking through EXO 3. We haven't got any scans or leaks about Tamer Box 3, I want to say. We haven't heard anything about leaks about BT11. The only thing I know is that Beelzemon is possibly getting a structure deck. So this can be thrown up in there as well. And on top of that is a Digivolve on top of a purple or a black for 6. Come on now. Like, this card is extremely, extremely good. If I was you, I can say, yeah, if this card's going to go down, it'll go down to 35. But this card's been splashed in everything. Deep Brigade. It's been splashed in, I saw my boy Otto splash in Mother D Reaper. It's been splashing on all the purple decks. I'm playing it. It's been splashing, I want to say it's been splashed in a couple of Alphamon decks that I've been seeing, but they've been really pushing more towards the Alphamon Oryukin mode rather than the Detsmon. But you can still play an Alphamon because guess what? It's X program, and you just drop that bad boy on top of any Alphamon and say, I'm going to get rid of your board since I couldn't kill you this turn. Why not? Like, this thing is insanely crazy. Insane. And I would not even doubt it if security control players like All-Star Mind Control would start playing this card as well if they're not already. Next up, Dex Dual Goromon Alternate Art. I need to pick up 4 of these. I am playing this deck. This is not bad for alternate art. Not at all. This is actually not bad at all. What, 12 bucks for alternate art for this? This is not bad. Alternate art looks sick. I think my only caveat is that how good is this deck? If Alphamon gets hit, will this be the deck that Alphamon players fall back on? I don't know. I know me as an Alphamon player, Alphamon's just so much stronger than this deck. But can this deck compete? Gotta find the right build and right ratios. I am, waiting for all my cards to come in. I should have all my cards by Friday. Saturday at the latest. And I'm going to go ahead and test play. I'm going to go ahead and, do my thing. And maybe they make a deck profile and, just kind of throw it out there and see if it sticks. This is the bad boy I'm actually rocking with BT9. So let's see how this goes. And let's see how powerful it really is. With Detsmon, it's pretty powerful. But is it as powerful as Alphamon? It could be. We just have to see. That's all. We just have to see. But I think this is a fantastic price for this alternate art. Be honest with you. Jellymon. Alternate art. Very adorable. A lot of people are playing the Jellymon package. And I want to say it's in Beelstar or Security Control. I say Beelstar or Security Control because, yes, while Beelstar is main catalyst is Security Control, you can play other kind of security controls. I'm just saying. So, yeah, Beelstar is starting to tech this in with the blue tamer. Can I remember the tamer off the top of my head? But it's a 4-cost tamer. It's a memory tamer. New one from the set. They just like how it, you're able to just constantly draw a card. So when you play a blue tamer, you just draw a card with Jellymon on board. And I believe the Jellymon bounces cards back, so it gets rid of problematic Digimon, little small Digimon your opponent tries to build up, and you go bounce, bounce, bounce. So it's a very, very good card. I think some people are testing it. Let's see where it goes. Again, $13 for alternate art is not bad at all. I mean, if you're going to play Jellymon, I say pick it up. If you're going to play some kind of control type of deck, I wouldn't mind picking it up. But, you know, be cautious of your funds because I'm not in charge of them. I don't know, what you can and cannot afford. Just me. Cool Boy. Sitting at $5. Cool Boy's at $5. It's a $5 rare. This is one of them cards to where if you bought it at pre-release price like I did, I think I bought it. No. Let me not lie. I bought it the day of set release. So the day of set release, I bought it. And it was around, what was it? $217 when I bought it. And now it's $5. Why is Cool Boy so strong? Because every deck going forward, and this is the biggest caveat, if they do hit Alpha Mine, because Alpha Mine is the big dog right now when it comes to X Anybody. If they do hit Alpha Mine, watch X Anybody decks boom. Watch Metal Gurumon. Watch Gallimon decks. War Greymon decks. Grand Squagamon decks. Watch, somebody's going to try, Dark Knightmon and all that kind of stuff. Because of this card, it's too good for X Anybody's. And I think the format is so brand new that people just fell back on what they knew. People fell back on D-Reaper. People fell back on Alphamon. People fell back on Imperialdramon. People fell back on Armor Rush. Because they didn't have time to prepare. Because the set dropped Friday, and I believe the regionals was Saturday. So people was like, if you wasn't extensively playtesting beforehand, you really didn't know what in the world to actually build or how to actually build it. Come Gen Con, you're going to see a lot more people be playtesting than locals. A lot more people have time to playtest and deck build and, craft their decks and all that kind of stuff. See Cool Boy a lot more going forward. BL Starmon Altanar is sitting at about $90. Oh, sorry. $95. Almost $100 card. Is this the highest it's been? I want to say it reached $100 before. I could be mistaken. I think it got close to it. I think it was like 93, 94. But it's on track because this is probably the best way to play security control. BL Starmon security control is probably the best way right now to play security control. But with Breath of the Gods, with Delicate Plan, everywhere, how easy is it going to be for you to play security control without an aggressive engine? So I think that's why a lot of people are going towards the BL Starmon Jellymon engine. It's like Jellymon and Tessa Jellymon, I believe, to get rid of like some of these smaller Digimon so they don't get rushed, so the opponent don't build 2-3 stats on board, and why they're only able to delete one at a time, that kind of thing. So you see a lot of play with this, and I think this card might not come down beyond 40 again. I think this is probably the best way until we have another security control type of Digimon, or a very controlling type of Digimon that's just as good as this one or even better, to go ahead and do that. And to go ahead and, make a deck around. This might be the one right now. Regular arts are sitting at like 21, 22. Alternate arts are spiking. Simple as that. I think a lot of people are saying that they can invest hard into the Digimon because there's not that many Digimon in this deck. So, between the Jellymons and the Tessa Jellymons and the BL Starmons, if you're going to max rarity all of those, you can probably get away with saying it's going to be like $500. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to say $500, right? But this is Digimon. Like, $500 in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a meta deck at its only rarity. $500 in Digimon, You can possibly get a decent match rarity deck like Armor Rush at $500. That's viable at match rarity. Now I could be mistaken because I think Magnamon X Antibody alternate art is sitting at like 40 to 50. Could be wrong. So just so you know. Speaking of the boy, Magnamon alternate art is at $55. It's I want to say a top 8 finish. Matter of fact, let me check my sources right now. I want to get this 100% correct. I want to say it is a top 8 finish at the regionals this past weekend. And a lot of people are very hyped about it. Yeah. It is a top 8 finish. And a lot of people are hyped about it because it is a cheap deck. The regular arts are sitting at like 9 to 10s. You can play it. It's consistent. All that good stuff. No. I think it was top 16. No, it got 8th. Top 8? Yeah, top 8. Top 8. Because there was 2 Armor Rush players that made top 16. I know one lost out to Alphamon in top 16. It's a cheap deck. It's very linear. It does what it does. It is probably the most aggressive deck in the format. If not, then it's definitely Imperial, and this will be second. As in you are attacking turn 2, turn 3 at the absolute latest kind of aggressiveness. Like it's early aggression. While Alphamon kind of want to set up like, turn 5, turn 6, and then swing in with like 3 or 4 checks. And make sure to have a backup plan just in case you have an answer to the Alphamon stack. This deck can rush you down. Hence, that's why it's called Armor Rush. Imperial can do the same thing, but Imperial is rewarded for building tall and then building wide rather than rushing you down. So, a lot of people are loving this deck. I'm actually a fan of the deck, to be honest with you myself. I think the deck is very good. This is probably going to be a secondary deck if I want to play anything competitive. I will be playing Dex Dual Goramon, but most likely this is going to be like my second competitive deck if I want to just mess around or have something that I don't want to think too hard about. Because, Dex Dual Purple is a very mentally draining type of color. Like if you play any kind of purple deck, you know how mentally draining purple can be with all of its combos and convoluted combos and all of its potential loops and, all that stuff. Lucemon Chaos Mode is going up to $55 right now. Last time we looked at this card, it was barely hitting 50. I don't know about this card. Will this card be played in any other deck outside of Mastermind? I don't know. That's the interesting part about it. I don't know. I would even say maybe in I'm blanking at I just said it. Beelzemon. Maybe Beelzemon decks can probably play this. Probably play, a couple of Dead of Alive just to try to help them out, in that mid game to where they're constantly trying to build up the Impmon to Beelzemon to Blast Mode type of thing. Like that way it is spot removal as well. You can get rid of a Digimon or a Tamer, that kind of stuff. Maybe they should because they mill so hard and want things in trash. Why not? I don't know. I think the alternate art would stick a lot harder than the regular art. I didn't get a chance to look at the regular art myself for Lucemon. But I don't think this card really is going to fall out of favor. It always has a home in Mastermind. And Mastermind is always a good deck, especially if the format is a slower type of format. Mastermind can thrive. But is X Antibody so powerful that it is going to naturally creep Mastermind? We have to see. It's too early to tell. I think a lot of people are just loving to play the new decks or falling back on older decks that they don't have to really think too much about when it comes to the regional play and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Omnimon Zord Defeat is sitting at $40. I think this is the lowest this card has been. Maybe 35. To be honest with you, I think maybe 35 was at its lowest. But this is the lowest this card has been in a very, very long time. Why? I think a lot of people are just on Dexmon right now. I think Dexmon's the boy. I think if you're playing security control, and just my opinion, if you're playing All-Star security control, I think you still want to play the Zord Defeats, and I think you still want to play the Dexmons. You might run a 2-2 line of all or both of them, or get you a 3-3 line, and you'll end up playing, 10 Digimon? I mean, I don't see why not. Or if you want to go down the Jellymon route, and I think you'll still be playing 10 or 12 Digimon, if I'm not mistaken. So either way it goes, it is a premium version of it, of the All-Star Mon, but I mean, I think it's good to go. I mean, I would pick these bad boys up right now at 40s because it only takes but one good deck. That's like, oh, I can play both. Oh, let me play both just in case. And people will. People will actually like, okay, instead of 3 Dexmon, I prefer 2 Dexmon and a Omnimon Zord Defeat. And a lot of people are like, yeah, I want to be able to delete Tamers. I want to be able to delete another Digimon when they try to delete me. That kind of stuff. So I get it both ways. I think both cards are very, very, very powerful. I know Dexmon is very beefy. Dexmon sitting at 15K versus 13K. But if you crash into a bigger Digimon with Zord Defeat, you can almost guarantee to delete that bigger Digimon just by Zord Defeat's ability. Now, can't say the same for, Dexmon or Death Axmon for people who want to be in TCG. But it's one of those things to where it's all about player preference. That's all it is. It's all about player preference. If you find yourself in more grindy type of situations to where boards are being established, tamers are being established, play Dexmon. If you're seeing yourself in more of a tamer heavy local to where a lot of people like to play, heavy tamers and yada, 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 and then, use hybrids and stuff like that, play Zord Defeat. Right now, they're both sitting at around $40 a piece. You can't go wrong with either one of them. I think Dexmon's going to go up to a $50 card because it's that freaking amazing. Do I think Omnimon Zord Defeat is going to fall anymore? I don't think so. I think it's anywhere between 40 and 50. It can only go up from there. Simple as that. It can only go up from there. Last card on our list. The boy Susanamon alternate art has fallen hard. Now, everybody knows this is because Yellow Hybrid got the shaft. Yellow Hybrid got his Jet Selfie hit the 1. And it was really a big catalyst of the day. It really is their best level 5s. Sure, you can play Rise Greymon, the red one that turns itself into a yellow Digimon. Sure. But that's not considered a hybrid. So now you're taking away hybrid counts. And now you're going from playing, what? It was like 4, 8, 12. So it was like 12 hybrids in the deck to playing 10, 9. No, 9. To playing 9. And now it's totally tough. Because now, is Zoe even good enough to play? Are you not just playing Rikas and Rikas and Karis and stuff like that? so you can game variant and all that. Like, are you not just playing a different kind of yellow hybrid style? Be honest with you, I think the random online is pretty good if you want a, more aggressive yellow hybrid style type of deck. Just me personally. So the boy's falling. Is he gonna fall back down to his, $25 price point? He just might. I think he just might. I think you're gonna see this card keep on falling, especially if they really do go after blue hybrids more and more, because blue and yellow are really the top two dogs and with hybrids. You can throw red in if you want to, but blue and yellow hybrid got hit. Let's see how Susano Mind fares in the next coming sets. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section below. This one, prices are down everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. Like, I didn't see an avalanche this big after pre-release of prices just falling. I think Alphamon Oryukin mode is the most expensive card in the set. And it's $50 for the alternate art. 50. That's cheap. That's cheap. This set has crashed hard, but this set is going to make this format. People just need time to sort it out. That's literally it. There was some people that didn't even get their cases until Saturday or this past Monday, because some people were delayed. Like, some shops didn't even have BT9 on the day it released. So I think it was just a small delay and stuff like that. But yeah, this is crazy. Let's see what Gen Con puts out there, and then we'll come back in that market watch and we'll specifically go for decks that were played in Gen Con and topped in Gen Con and see if the market dictated anything there. Well, that's it for me today. I've been your boy Dante. This is yet another Digimon Market Watch, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace.